If you've never seen Best of the Best, then you never finished puberty. But allow me to give you a much needed injection into those shriveled plums. The year is 1989, and literally everything is better than it is now. It's an age of heroes, an age of square jaws, great hair, tight jeans, and cowboy boots. Where men are judged not by the pronouns, nose rings, or how pink the fat girlfriend's hair is, but based on quantifiable things, like the ability to concuss a corrupt politician with a crescent kick. The film starts and we meet Alex. He does karate and he welds cars. He's a real fucking man, not some soy boy beta male bitch.
Like you.
He's such a stud. He named his kid Walter just to fuck with him, just to see what we do about it. His friend Billy runs some bullshit dojo where the goal isn't to maim people. And anyway, he gets an invitation to the Karate Olympics to be held in Korea, which is the birthplace of karate. And Alex gets one at his mum's house too, where he lives, because real men don't pay their own bills. And his mum's like, nah, you can't go do Karate Olympics. Who's going to look after Walter? And Alex is like, who's Walter? Meanwhile, in Korea, these guys are hogging a kid's footy pitch, and this guy reads out the raffle winners for an all-expenses-paid trip to Florida. These guys fucking love Florida. Anyway, the boys go to the Karate Olympic tryouts where the goal is to kick the fuck out of as many people as you can while James Earl Jones watches. And while that's going on, these guys have a good bond over how much they love sucking on tits. During one of the fights, Billy temporarily forgets if he's right-handed or left-handed, but he remembers just in time. And this fat cowboy guy absolutely loses his shit for getting punched in a punching match. After a few honourable victories that are totally not questionable, Alex, Billy, the fat cowboy, the hippie, and this guy all get accepted to the Karate Olympics. Meanwhile, this guy's fucking buzzing off all this karate, but he's not sure about Alex. He's like, I don't know, man, this guy might be too cool for us. Have you seen his hair? And James Earl, who's the coach, is like, hey, no one fucking loves karate more than me. Nobody. The other guy's like, fucking hell, mate, alright. So the boys all make the team, and they're loving it, but James Earl comes in, and he's like, karate!
I fucking love karate. I love it more than alcohol, more than drugs. I even love it more than getting laid.
The boss man Jimmy's like, James Earl, maybe you like this karate stuff a little too much, man. And James Earl's like, what did you just say to me, motherfucker? And the boss is like, I'm just saying, maybe you should get back on your medication. James Earl's like, I don't need no pills. Speaking of pills. And this guy's like, oh, I thought they were multivitamins. And his mate's like, you're going to be on fucking waters all night, my son. Anyway, the boys go out to a bar to try and sweat out some of the MD because Alex just cannot stop his jaw going and the hippie guy's just gone. And this bar's probably not the best place to come down because everybody in there is just fucking ragged. Anyway, James Earl wanders in and he really should have taken that medication because he has not got a fucking clue where he is right now. And this guy says to the fat cowboy, he's like, yeah, if you want to neck me bird, it'll be 20 quid. And he's like, listen, I'll give you £5 and a Freddo and we'll call it even. And while all this is happening, Billy's like, smoking is bad for you, but I don't want to fight. And Alex is trying to ring a taxi to get the boys out of there, but he's so fucked up, all he can do is ring his ex-girlfriend and ask her to ring him a taxi, and she's like, stop fucking calling me. Next day at training, this blonde lady shows up, and apparently she's one of the new coaches on the team, and she leads with, I'm a Buddhist. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be in a full contact fighting tournament, if I'm honest. So they train a bit, and Blonde is like, there's power through meditation. It's like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, the Koreans are in the woods, shirtless, punching fucking trees bare knuckle. And after a long day of hot yoga, Alex is like, here, Billy. You feel like you're only getting with girls because you're supposed to. Everybody keeps on training, but the Korea team have to cancel their holiday to Florida because they crash land in the Alps. Don't worry, they're fine. They ate the pilot. Back in America, the boys all find out who they're going to be facing at the Karate Olympics. And Billy has to fight the dude with the eye patch. And it turns out he killed Billy's brother in a sports hall in Birmingham one time. So he's got mixed feelings about the whole thing, to say the least. And then Alex gets some life-changing news. He's like, Coach, my kid Wendell's been run over by an 18-wheeler. He might lose both his legs. And James Earl's like, listen, if the kid can't do karate, just fucking forget about him. And then James Earl Jones gives him an ultimatum that's not all psychotic, saying that if he goes to his dying child, you're off the team and you better not come back. So Alex goes, and James Earl just cannot wrap his head around why a guy would choose his dying child over doing karate. And Billy even agrees with James Earl Jones. He's like, Alex, forget about your kid Wilbert, man. He's a prick. We'll do sit-ups off each other's shoulders again, bro. Alex races home to find young Winston in a coma. And he sits with him for days thinking about how shit it is sitting in a hospital doing nothing, when you could be doing karate with your boys. And eventually the kid comes round and Alex is like, Werthers, "It's your dad, can you hear me?" And he's like, "It's Walter, you prick." And Alex is like, "You sure?" Alex comes back to training, but James Earl ain't having it because a man who don't put karate first is no fucking man at all. And after this, Billy tells Alex about Eye Patch Man killing his brother, and Billy cannot deal with it. So Alex is like, "Why don't you just kill him at the tournament then?" And Billy's like, "Nah, I don't want to kill him with karate. I want to kill him in a car park with a steak knife." And then Billy leaves the team as well. But you see, this was James Earl's plan all along. By psychologically torturing these emotionally fragile young men, he has honed their karate to a knife edge. Meanwhile, James Earl's doctor's still trying to get him to take his pills for the voices, but he's like, "God damn it, the only pill I need is karate." And the doctor's like, "But James, the last time you went this long without the pills, you burned a shed down." So James Earl don't take the pills, and he actually forgets that he kicked Alex off the team altogether. So Alex comes back, and Billy comes back too, because it's the 1980s, and nobody's going to say nothing if you take a steak knife on a transatlantic flight. They travel to Korea for the Karate Olympics, and the Korean team just about managed to get down from the mountains in time for the tournament. And these guys have eaten all the weakest members of their team, so they're ready to fucking kill these Americans. So the boys start stretching and they get ready to fight, and Alex's son surprises him in the car. He's like, "Daddy, look!" And Alex is like, "Who's that?" So the first fight starts, and the first American just gets knocked the fuck out. It's like he wasn't even trying. And the hippie's up next, but he gets overwhelmed by the unorthodox technique of his opponent just making weird fucking noises all the time.
Round 3, Virgil.
And James Earl's in the crowd like, "You're blowing it!" So there you go, 2 fights in, 2 losses. And the American's like, "Ah, shit, maybe we should have done some actual training rather than all that yoga and soul searching." Fat cowboy guy's up next, but he gets a draw, so he's got to break roof tiles to prove he's the hardest man, and he only breaks 7 like an absolute pussy, so he loses as well. It's not looking good for America, and Alex and Billy are our last hope. Alex wins the first round, then a huge brawl breaks out.
Alex, I never told nobody this, but I ran out of my entire family to be a karate coach. I love it that much. That's why I didn't give a fuck when your kid was dying. Now go get him.
Second round in, and Alex's bad shoulder pops out. And the ref's like, "Mate, he seriously needs a fucking hospital." And James Earl's like, "No, he can still karate. You want to go back out there, don't you, Alex?" So Alex takes the pain like a real man.
David,
And in a turn of event, by having one arm taken away, Alex realises that you can kick in karate tournaments. So yeah, he does that. Last up is Billy and the Eye Patch Man for all the marbles. And James Earl's like, "Billy, don't fucking embarrass me by getting killed like your brother did." So Billy and the Eye Patch Man get into it, and Billy just smashes him. And Alex is like, "He's gonna kill him." And James Earl's like, "Good." But Billy doesn't, because the only way Billy kills is with a steak knife in a car park. And then after the fight, the Eye Patch guy's like, "What's all the prick? It's a man with one eye."